Whatever it takes. The hell way.
Hey, lazy, this shit is crazy.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going? These raps is like some scripture to me, yeah, they different for me. See my dog pass away, that shit get vivid for me. Praying on my downfall, I won't forget. Before I jump that porch, we learn how to crawl, yeah. A rose grew from the concrete. The shit y'all boys cap about beyond me. I'm a born G. I be kicking out this flame, bitch, like Bruce Lee. I know they speak my name in vain, but I can't worry about it. All this pain that's in my songs, it got me hurting about it. How my niggas doubt me like there's no birdie from me. They talking dollars and baguettes, we still behind the trench. Broad daylight, shooting handguns from behind the fence. I'm with some killers that's gonna hit bout it. In a spot that you got, you might get blicked out and rerouted. How y'all said that y'all believed in me. How y'all said that y'all believed in me. How y'all said, what the fuck is going on? 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 These raps are like some scripture to me, yeah, they different for me. See my dog pass away, that shit get vivid for me. Praying on my downfall, I won't forget. Before I jump that porch, we learn how to crawl, yeah. These raps is like some scripture to me, yeah, they different for me. See my dog pass away, that shit get vivid for me. Praying on my downfall, I won't forget. Before I jump that porch, we learn how to crawl, yeah. What the fuck been going on? How y'all brothers, but y'all moving on. I thought them bonds were strong. Look, tomorrow, hit that promise, your dog could be gone. You can't prove me wrong. I can't put another soldier name inside a song. In them trenches, I was back in. Rubber grip the Mac 10. Foundation solid, I got traction. If I don't do it, who taking action? I kill it with passion. I remember back when niggas standing tall for their body. That was back when niggas stayed solid and we caught them when they crept in. They want nothing moving on that block till we stepped in. Niggas getting stepped on as soon as niggas caught wind. These raps is like some scripture to me, yeah, they different for me. See my dog pass away, that shit get vivid for me. Praying on my downfall, I won't forget. Before I jump that porch, we learn how to crawl, yeah. These raps is like some scripture to me, yeah, they different for me. See my dog pass away, that shit get vivid for me. Praying on my downfall, I won't forget. Before I jump that porch, we learn how to crawl, yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. This is the Wake and Bake Show, man. You already know the vibes, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in. Make sure y'all thumb up the video as y'all come in. Y'all know what's going on.
Whatever it takes.
Y'all know what's going on, man. I need y'all to hit that like button, man, as we come in. We got a crazy conversation we're going to get into today. We got a crazy conversation we're going to get into today. Make sure you share the live stream on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat,
Whatever it takes.
Twitter.
It's Hallie. It's Hallie. It's Hallie. Just say when. Say when. 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 I gotta feed the block, fuck with he only gon' lose his top, yeah. All the time that I lost, I'm watching both hands on top of the clock, yeah. My niggas, they say I'm the one, I had to believe inside I'm a pop, yeah. I got a voice inside, they tell me to live, and I can't stop, yeah. Just say when.
I'm waiting for you just
say when.
I'm waiting for you just
say when.
I'm waiting for you just
say when.
waiting.
Roll now, I was watching it go down, I don't feel like I'm whole now. All the love that I get from the whole town, you be know that it's up now. Thank God that we moved from whole pounds, we be rocking them shows now. Paranoid that I got from a past life, got me gripping the 4 pound. One life I was living before now, now we breaking the dough down. Same pain that's inside of my heart, nigga, on God I won't fold now. Shine light, got a shine on the whole crowd, show the world how to glow now. God body what I'm giving the world now, cause I'm showing my son how. Gotta move and think like AK. Gotta move and think like AK. Gotta move and think like AK. Like AK, yeah. I gotta feed the block, fuck with he only gon' lose his top, yeah. All the time that I lost, I'm watching both hands on top of the clock, yeah. My niggas, they say I'm the one, I had to believe inside I'm a pop, yeah. I got a voice inside, they tell me to live, and I can't stop, yeah.
Yo, shout out to everybody in the building, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. This is another Wake and Bake show, man. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. We're going to get right into this, man. Hey, man, I need everybody to hit the like button. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video. Support the channel. Support the channel. Support the channel, man. We're going to get into this real quick, man. We ain't going to be here too long, man. But listen. Word in Texas, man. We're going to deal with this whole mob ties connection, man. Jprince Jr. and his boys, man. Jprince and James Jr. Right? Jazz being the older one, James Jr. being the younger son. We're going to talk about that conversation. Allegedly, word on the Houston streets is that Jprince Jr. is not Jprince's son. You know, so now listen, according to, my information and what I'm hearing in the streets is Jprince Jr. is not even Jprince's son. Now, Jazz and Jprince share a mom together. They don't have the same father. So they saying that someone else is Jprince Jr.'s father. We'll get into that later on in this discussion, man. So just bear with me. Okay? Let's put this in perspective. They claim Lil Cam Yellow Hoodie been around the Prince family since he was a kid. As a matter of fact, Jprince paid for his prom, got his car, also, paid for him to go to school, college. He went to college as well, fresh out of high school. Lil Cam. We got the photos of him and his prom girl. Jprince Sr. paid for it. Now, allegedly, we're going to get into this. Allegedly, James Prince was away, and his girl that he was dealing with, that he had the son Jprince with, is not the same people. So now we're going to break this down. So you got Jprince, Jprince Jr., Lil Cam, Jprince Jr. Sr. And it's also through the grapevine that Jprince Sr., his hitman was Lil Cam's father. That was his hitman. That's he raised them, Lil Cam. Now, what I'm hearing through the grapevine, now I need y'all to hit that like button. What I'm hearing through the grapevine is that Jprince Jr. is the son of Big Cam. Big Cam obviously slept with Jprince Jr. Lady at the time, and she got pregnant, and he raised Jprince Jr. as his own son. Allegedly. Now, this is allegedly. Now, allegedly, obviously these were good brothers and they had loyalty towards one another. Big Cam get hit with an indictment on a double homicide in Texas. Y'all can look that up. Big Cam is in jail for a double homicide, which is Lil Cam's father. And who is allegedly Jprince Jr.'s father. So now let's put this in perspective. If Big Cam, which is Jprince's right-hand man, Big Cam is Jprince Jr. and Lil Cam's father, that means that Lil Cam is Jprince Jr.'s brother, which would explain why the taking up and going to bat and trying to cover up for Lil Cam. Also explains why nothing in the cover-up of Lil Cam being involved in Duke the Jeweler's situation. Because we know that mob ties have a strong connection. They kind of control their people in the unit as a respect. They got respect for the senior, for James Sr. And I feel like if someone was to get out of line and go against their rules or their authority, they will be checked. Unless it's a kid that he's been raising. See, a lot of this information ain't coming out. See, I got word in the streets down there in Houston, man. And what I'm hearing is that Big Cam is Jprince Jr.'s real father. That will make Lil Cam Jprince Jr.'s brother, half brother, sharing the same father. Now, there's other evidence of this whole situation taking place, which would explain why Lil Cam was even around during this whole event where Private selected. And he's always there, not because he's the shooter, which he is, allegedly. It's because he's the brother. They can't deny a sibling to come to a Mob Ties affiliate party. You know, Lil Cam was the young shooter who's trying to be like his brother, not like Jazz, but like Jprince Jr. He looked up to Jprince Jr. Jprince Jr. looks up to his stepdad or his alleged dad, Jprince. But he don't act like Jprince. Jprince is not this rah-rah goon check-in style. No. Jprince Sr. is a smooth, articulate brother. Senior is an articulate brother. He don't, as a matter of fact, when you compare Jprince Jr. to Jazz Prince, they don't act nothing alike. They slightly resemble because they have the same mother, but they don't act nothing alike. As a matter of fact, Jazz is a more of the business guy, the behind the scenes, the legitimate way to trying to, and Junior is the street guy. We seen him, making videos with 80 people behind him, antagonizing Tekashi 6ix9ine. Why didn't you come to Texas to pick up your back end from a show that you was booked for? You understand me? So yeah, Jprince Jr. don't act nothing like his father, allegedly James Sr. Now it's because that he's not his son, which would explain the connection between Little Cam and Jprince Jr. As a matter of fact, Jprince Sr. paid for Little Cam's prom. He paid for the whole prom: suit, hotel stay, rented a car. So this is becoming a whole nother breakdown. If the alleged Lil Cam is the shooter in Duke the Jeweler's murder, allegedly, and also the shooter in Takeoff's murder, allegedly, Jprince Jr. was there for Duke the Jeweler's murder, allegedly, and he was there for Takeoff's murder, allegedly. And if they had love for Takeoff like they claim, they would at least done more to find the shooter, because you got ties. Jprince Sr. knows exactly what's going on in Texas. As a matter of fact, when Young Boy was down there and some things happened, they broke into Young Boy's house, and Young Boy was about to go ballistic and was ready to bring the whole New Orleans to Texas to go to war. Senior, Jprince Sr., managed to find these little lowlifes in the hood who broke into NBA Youngboy's house. He would manage to find them and get the jury back for some lowlifes. And it wasn't even a high profile thing. It was just a break and entry. So you can't tell me who you can't find the shooter for the family that you love. Takeoff, Quavo's and their family involved in Takeoff's death. You can't find the shooter. No, you can't. You can't. Matter of fact, we're gonna get into his initial. I want to get into his apology. We're gonna get into the apology from Jprince Jr. because he said an apology that said 1,000 words. And the reason, and we're going to break it down because he said in this particular apology that he put out on Twitter is that the shooter cannot stand behind him anymore. He already knew who the shooter was because the shooter was standing behind him already. It's his alleged stepson, both of them. Jprince Jr. is not his son. Lil Cam, he raised as his son, but it's not his son. Allegedly, Big Cam is Jprince Jr.'s father as well. So he's protecting his stepsons. That's why he hasn't put out and reached in and did what he do to find this shit that goes on in Houston. Even though he may have love for Takeoff, he done raised these boys. He's been put in between a rock and a hard place. Not because the way he raised his kids, because these are not his kids. These are actions of someone else. Now, allegedly, Big Cam, which is Lil Cam's father, and allegedly Jprince's father as well, was incarcerated on a double homicide. Is Lil Cam and Jprince involved in a murder from Duke the Jeweler and Takeoff? That's a double homicide. Like father, like son. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. Wake up, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. So let's break this thing down just a little more. Jprince Sr. issues an apology. Let's get to that right now.
Since Takeoff passed away, a lot of people have been talking about Jprince and his family's involvement in the situation.
This guy's about to read the tweet, so let's just listen to his commentary. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Or the altercation that took Takeoff's life. Now, remember, Jprince was the
shout
one
out to
who
Never Gave Up
that Quavo
YouTube channel. Shout out to Never Gave Up. Make sure y'all go subscribe.
And also, it's been reported that Jprince's entourage were the only ones allowed to have guns that night. So everybody has been looking at the Prince family a little funny since Takeoff passed away. Now today, we got Jprince on Instagram sending his condolences to the family, and we're going to check this out. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Let's get it. So Jprince said this on his Instagram. The Prince family would like to send our condolences to the family and friends of a beautiful soul, Takeoff. To Houstonians and families around the world, this one breaks my heart because Takeoff was a brother, a son, a role model, and a God-loving human being. Grief is a price of love, a bill people from across the globe are paying right now as we mourn this loss. I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years, and there has been nothing but mutual love for one another, and that ain't gonna ever change where I'm concerned or where we are concerned. This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have ever happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded, and this damn sure shouldn't be circulating across social media for family, friends, and fans to see. As I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race, which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic place of black on black killing. They say Satan is the author of confusion, and right now, there are a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. I hope I'm not one of those whores. I consider myself
I
a
hope
man that's quick.
I hope I'm not no media whore. How dare you disrespect me, sir?
To listen and slow to speak. Therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me, beside me, or anywhere near me, because I don't tolerate dumb shit. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolish and it has to be owned by the fool. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that close his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the.
Do you now let's break this down. Why would he assume that the shooter closed his eyes when firing, unless he was told by someone or the shooter that, bro, I just closed my eyes and start shooting? Somebody told him this. That's why and this is a subconscious reply. He didn't even probably mean to even insert that. He subconsciously put that in. That's called the in denial trick. You can watch it when you're watching Human Tactics of someone lying. Body anatomy and understanding is very critical to understanding the human behavior. Human behavior tells whether a person is lying or telling in fact truth. Inserting wordage and verbiage that you align yourself with definitely countertells what you're trying to say subconsciously. I'm able to look at that. Shout out to my brother Aboriginal TV for helping me understand the psychology of the human anatomy. So Jprince Jr. is very, very articulate when putting out this message. I want to run that back just a little bit.
Words, not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolish and it has to be owned by the fool. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that close his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the proper skills of operating that gun is dangerous, and the result usually ends with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot or killed. To the homies in Georgia and around.
So do you hear that? He's saying, now mind you, initially the witnesses said that Takeoff didn't have nothing to do with it, right? And that it was a shootout. They saying that Migo Bands initiated the shooting on Jprince Jr. And in retaliation, Jprince Jr. hitman, allegedly his little brother, Little Cam Yellow Hoodie, retaliated fire. That's one side of the story. We have another side of the story, though, which is that Little Cam Yellow Hoodie initiated the whole thing, fired a shot at Takeoff, striking him in the head, trying to use his body as a human shield before Migo Bands retaliated fire. That's another story. That's the story. There's like 4 different conflicting stories when we get to this. Who initially put out the first narrative on this story? What was the first narrative? Jprince, Say Cheese, all these Texas medias. Oh, it was Quavo and them people that started the shooting and that accidentally shot Takeoff in the head. That was the initial narrative that was initially put out, immediately pertaining to Takeoff's death. As soon as it broke news and coverage, that was the story behind it. Is that it was Quavo and Takeoff's entourage that initiated the shooting and incidentally struck Takeoff, leading to his demise. That was the initial narrative. That turned out to be not true. That turned out to be totally pseudo. So let's finish listening to this apology.
Result of any human that close his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the proper skills of operating that gun is dangerous, and the result usually ends with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot or killed. To the homies in Georgia and around the world that got love for Takeoff like we do, know this. Let's change the narrative in our culture by putting an end to every argument or disagreement resulting in violence. It's okay to live and live. It's okay to live and let live to see another day. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Now, Jprince just said a lot.
Yeah, he said a lot. He said a lot. So listen, man, I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Word on the streets is that Jprince Jr. is not Jprince's son, and in fact, that Jprince is the son of Big Cam, making him the big brother of Lil Cam, Yellow Hoodie, which is the shooter allegedly in Duke the Jeweler's murder and in Takeoff murder. So I want y'all to get in that comment section. Let me know how y'all think. This your brother Aboriginal Power. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell. I'll see y'all on the next Wake and Bake show. Peace and blessings. We out.